and short like that really leaves you scratching your head. And once again, oh, we got a block, Kev.
A punt block by Michael Hoyt and recovered at the 35-yard line.
And this team really rides on those big-time throws, 5 or 6 a game that Matthew Stafford threads in.
Quick swing, Brandon Powell with a block. Powell with a first down all the way to the 20-yard line of the Cardinals, a pickup of 16. Robinson in motion. Play action and Stafford on the roll. Throwing on the run. There's Cooper Kupp. Juggling catch inside the 5. First and goal, Rams. On 3rd and goal, Stafford to the goal line. Almost intercepted. Looking for Robinson, and it's incomplete.
And just missed on the timing, missed on the slant before to A-Rob, so they got to get their timing down and figure this thing out in L.A.
No DeAndre Hopkins on the 6-game suspension. Now A.J. Green is hurt, and Murray on the run on 3rd and long just has to throw this one away. Pressure from Greg Gaines leading the charge for the Rams.
Akers, anybody's got to step up because they got a plan for number 10.
And there's Cooper Kupp. He thwarted their plan.
And here's a way for the Rams to get Murphy off of Kupp in the slot, lining him up in the slot.
Off the play fake, they set up the screen to Higbee, the tight end. Blockers in front, Noteboom leading the path, and Higbee with a first down to the 30 of Arizona.
That guy's ready to play some football.
Cardinals rush just 3. Stafford able to float away, and Stafford on the run. A little cutback, and he gets the first down. That lunge by Matthew Stafford moves the chains, picking up 4.
There he is again.
Kupp in motion, the give to Kupp, and Kupp with a lot of room. Down the sideline, Cooper Kupp into the end zone with a rushing touchdown. Kyler Murray off play action to the sideline. No, nice adjustment by Hollywood Brown. Jordan Fuller, David Long, Kobe Durant, and Troy Hill. Murray wanted to swing it. Pressure coming, and Donald! Is he going to get the sack? It's an intentional grounding flag. Stafford. Pressure comes, gets rid of it over the middle, finding Kendall Blanton, just plucked back off the Chiefs practice squad on Thursday.
And they're not deep shots, right? They're underneath throws where guys are getting second effort yards after catch. There goes Skowronek.
And open Skowronek with the catch. Another deep ball. Another 10-plus yard completion.
We got four receivers up top. Check that out.
Stafford sets it up for a Higbee screen, and Higbee spun down shy of the 20-yard line. Budda Baker the first to get there. Field goal is up, off the upright, and it caroms through to make it 13-0.
Bad play on first down.
2nd down and 10. Pressure coming. Murray in trouble. He sacked Terrell Lewis, who was around the incomplete swing to Connor.
And silo him in this hallway, make him play from the pocket and beat him from the pocket.
3rd and 14. Murray over the middle, and Ramsey breaks it up. He wanted Ertz. Ball, Ertz. They'll back off, though, rushing just 3, and it's too tall for Darrell Henderson. And the Cardinals get the stop they so desperately wanted.
There's guys who come in for other players. They got to make themselves known.
Murray to the sideline. Brown with the catch. Ramsey with the hit. Does he have the first down?
To let Kyler do his deal.
Connor up the middle. And Connor knocking Nick Scott out of the way to get the first down. And the 7th time this year in 10 attempts.
I think their sweet spot's right around 15 seconds on that play clock to snap the ball.
Little option play. The pitch to Connor. Ramsey with the tackle at the 49.
2 big, long body guys. Got him.
And the catch made by Brown for the first down. Nick Scott on the tackle.
Scott was expecting Ramsey to pass that off and take the flat.
First snap in Rams territory is a complete pass to Brown, picking through traffic. Brown to the edge, and Brown chased out by Taylor Rapp at the 27 of Los Angeles. He picks up 20.
Free play.
Flag down, catch made by Dortch. Dortch has a first down to the 14-yard line.
Receptions leader, no?
Murray looking over the middle. Catch made. Zach Ertz inside the 5 where it's 1st and goal. Arizona. Justin Hollins on the tackle. Kyler Murray. The shotgun snap throws. Connor dropped it at the 2. That's the 3rd drop by an Arizona running back today.
By just getting the field goal here, they could really use 7 points.
And Prater's first attempt of the year is good. 3rd and 5. Stafford alone in the backfield. Cardinals rush 4. Stafford floats it down the sideline for Robinson. Nothing doing. Coverage from Marco Wilson. Rams know that too. Murray to the sideline. There's Ertz. And Ertz out of bounds. It's 2nd and 14. Murray on the run down the sideline. Dortch is there! Upended as he backed down the sideline. Nick Scott tripped him up. So the 43-yard try by Prater right down the middle. And the Cardinals do get points on the board.
Kind of flipped the script in that second half. Credit to Vance Joseph.
Pressure coming. Stafford in trouble. Down he goes. J.J. Watt. He saw Aaron Donald get a sack. He said, I've got to get one. 3rd and 1. The handoff straight ahead to Connor, trying to use his power to get the first down. It's close.
Tried to draw him off.
4th and inches. The give to Connor. First down by plenty to the 25. 3rd and 2. Murray finds Brown all alone on the sideline. Kendrick nudging him out at the 43-10.
How he clicks, how he works. And you got to bring him on some pressures. You got to let him play nickel if you're going to want the best version of Jalen Ramsey.
Option. Pitch. Connor to the edge. Stiff arm of Wagner to get the first down. Somewhere Derrick Henry has stood up and applauded the stiff arm from James Conner. That one was 6. 1st and 10. Option again. Kyler Murray. Late pitch. Connor. Connor down the sideline. And another good gain for James Conner. You could have seen that play at any college stadium yesterday.
This is a long drive. You see those D-linemen with their hands on their hips for a minute.
3rd and 9. Murray with protection. Going up top. Looking for Isabella. And he couldn't find it. Darion Kendrick. Here's Prater from 49. To try to draw the Cardinals closer, and Matt Prater, who hadn't had an attempt this season.
It's enough. Stafford's got to part this Red Sea, figure out a way to get a first down.
Just got the snap on 3rd and 11. Pressure comes. Stafford breaks away and fires to Cooper Kupp for the first down. Strength in the pocket
for these Rams.
First catch since the first quarter for Kupp. They set up the tight end screen and Higbee with room to run. Higbee into Cardinal territory, and Higbee tripped up at the 39-yard line by Jalen Thompson. 26-yard rumble. No, it was not Thompson. Here's Akers up the middle, first down and more, and Akers gets into the secondary and to the 20-yard line to pick up a 14. Motion from Kupp. The give is to Akers to the edge. Akers inside the 10, inside the 5, leaning to the goal line. Touchdown, Cam Akers. 14-yard touchdown run. And the Rams back on the board, up 19-9. Murray jumps it over the middle, and there's Andy Isabella. Here's Connor to the edge, and Connor a first down to the 47-yard line. Let's get a game break. Kurt Menefee.
With just over 4 minutes left to play, Kevin.
Wow, Kurt, thanks very much. And there's Greg Dortch up the sideline, close to another. To the sideline. Very quickly, it's Brown, first down, and Ramsey with the nudge out of bounds at the 32, picks up 11.
For keeping Kyler siloed in the pocket.
Murray, too tall for Hollywood Brown. It's 4th down.
Look for Zach Ertz.
Murray pumps, pressure, keeps it alive, knocked away. Darion Kendrick flashing in front of Marquise Brown. It's 3rd and 1. Play action. Stafford over the middle. Skoranek with the catch. Up the sideline. Skoranek one-on-one on the edge, and Skoranek yanked down by Jalen Thompson. It's first down at the Cardinal 33. Here's Akers, gaping hole up the middle, and Akers down to the 21, picks up 13.
Run actions, and it's showing.
2nd and 6 at the 17. Skoranek in motion again, play fake. Moves to the left, Stafford fires, Robinson catch at the 5 and down to the 2. Jalen Thompson saves the touchdown, 15-yard pickup from Stafford to Robinson.
And have that fade to Robinson again, up top of your screen.
Stafford, Akers will try once more. Akers, ball pops out, the ball loose at the goal line. The Cardinals have it. Akers coughs it up, and Arizona recovers. Murray, open, Bocelli, and Bocelli with a first down to the 38. Darion Kendrick with the tackle. 4.5 to play. Cardinals with a new set of down.
Had 5 catches on the day. They're in total 4-down territory. He doesn't need all these yards. He's got to just get a completion, get positive yards.
Or run. Murray turns it up and is caught from behind at the 41-yard line by Justin Hollins. Murray stepping up.
Moved it. Oh, no.
Throws, and it is Brown who comes back to make the catch.
To throw a double move on a 4th and 4.
There's Ertz over the middle, first down to the 33-yard line.
And that double move would have been a 30-plus yard throw again on short yardage situation.
Cardinals down 11, 2 timeouts left.
You got to just take the first score available.
Here's Dortch, cuts it down to the 20, and at the 19 is where he ends. They need 2 scores.
On this play, it could be a catch and run, but you can't play for 4th down here.
Zeno Benjamin with the catch and the run, tripped up at the 14 by Ernest Jones, who swipes the ankles out.
Timeout.
And the timeout is used by Cliff Kingsbury. 4th down. The snap, the hold, the kick, all good. And it's a 20.
Nobody's deep.
Nope, the onside kick sails high in the air, but Higbee is there to cover it up. The Hands team up to the challenge for the Rams. Cooper Kupp, Mark, 15 straight games with 90 yards or more. The streak is over. 23 straight games with 5 catches or more. That streak is over.